I'm Ben Larcombe from experttabletennis.com, and I've just received in the post these new Airoc Astro rubbers from Stiga, sent to me by Thornton Table Tennis. I've got a medium one in black, and they've also sent me a soft version in red. So I'm going to cut those out, stick them onto my bat, and I'll be using those instead of Tenergy for the next couple of weeks so that I can do a review and kind of test and trial out the rubbers and let you know what I think of them.
Well, welcome to my review. Here I am playing with the medium version. The first thing I noticed was just that the throw arc is perhaps a little bit lower than Tenergy, so those first few shots were just clipping the net, but I soon got used to the bat angle that I needed to use. Started playing some top spins and some loops with the black medium version of the rubber, and was really pleased with how I found it. Like, I was able to get decent spin on my loops, felt quite comfortable, not too different to Tenergy. And yeah, I mean, this was the medium version, which was the one that I was expecting to like the most, and you know, I was generally pretty happy with it. Then I decided to use the red version, the soft version, and that was a very different feeling, but very quickly I came to prefer the red one for whatever reason. Just, I don't know, just for some reason the soft version to me felt better, it felt nicer to use. Just the way that the top sheet and the sponge went together, I just really liked playing with the soft version. So if I was to buy these rubbers, I reckon that I would probably just get the soft version on both sides.
So after knocking up for, I don't know, about 15 minutes with the rubber, we then went in and started playing some matches so that I could see how it works kind of in more of a game and a point situation. The first thing that happened was I just pushed a kind of short serve straight into the net.
Get ready for it.
And that happened a lot as the game went on. Like, I'm not really one for missing pushes or touches and putting pushes into the net. That's just not really something that I ever really struggle with. But with this bat, I just really couldn't get my head around why it kept going into the net. Like, I kind of felt like I was doing everything right, and yet the ball was just dropping off and not bouncing up as much. No idea why that is. I don't know. Maybe I need to get more underneath the ball. It just felt weird for pushing and touching, and I mean, later on I had a little bit of an issue just with the same thing, like trying to do backspin serves or side backspin serves. Just the angle the ball was coming off the rubber felt wrong to me. But that's probably just something that you get used to over time, and it's just a slight difference between the Stiga rubbers and the butterfly rubbers.
So here's basically a load of push mistakes. Like, since recording this video, I have continued to use the rubber, and I think I've got used to pushing. It was just, I don't know, for some reason it wasn't working like Tenergy in any way, and I just, you know, this is very uncharacteristic of me to make so many errors, but now I think I've got used to it.
I kept the kind of red soft version of the rubber on my backhand for quite a lot of the first set, and I was just finding that it was so good for backhand open-ups where you're like looping the ball, and it just felt really, really nice, like much better than Tenergy on my backhand that I usually play with. I was able to kind of just wait for the ball a little bit longer, you feel it kind of sink into the sponge, and then a really nice click as you kind of grip it and send it over. So I played loads of really good backhand loops off backspin.
Yeah, in my mind, this was the big strength of the rubber, was kind of the ability to do these really nice open ups. Like, that was a great one. That's using the soft rubber. I was alternating between the soft and the medium, and I found that, you know, these next two clips coming up, I'm using the medium rubber on the backhand, and I'm able to do exactly the same type of shots. Like, this Airoc Astro is really great for open ups where you just let the ball drop a little bit and then really rip it.
I really liked the rubber, the black and the red version, just for open ups. Like, my open ups were going really great. As long as I kind of took that split second to wait for the ball, to let it drop slightly and then loop it, like, things were perfect. The only time I got into a little bit of trouble was if I tried to kind of like pounce on a ball and take it kind of earlier over the table. That was when I got into, I just found the rubbers, sometimes the ball would clip the net, or it didn't feel quite as strong. These rubbers are definitely made for the player that likes to maybe stand half a step further back or take their time a little bit more on the shots, I found that letting the ball come to you, letting it drop a tiny bit and then going for your loop was really what worked well with these Stiga Airoc Astro rubbers.
And some of these shots you're going to see here, like the ball is so low, I was like that, like I can't quite believe that it's able to get up and down. I don't think with Tenergy that would be going on at all. Really good spin on the ball, and just that ability to wait for it, let it drop, and then get like really high quality shot going.
Okay, here's an example of where I've gone for one of those loops where I try and take it a bit earlier and kind of pounce on the ball, and for whatever reason it just didn't work and it kind of went straight into the net. I'm not really sure why. I was able to get really good spin on the ball with these rubbers. I know that I have used Stiga Calibra rubbers, I think, like a few years ago, and I really didn't get on with them at all. Like, they had way too low an arc, like they weren't getting the ball up and down, and I just felt like I couldn't get like a decent amount of spin out of them. Whereas with these Airoc Astro rubbers, I was just getting really good spin serves, my loops were going really well. Like, they do play a lot like Tenergy. I'm assuming that Stiga are trying to create kind of Tenergy style rubbers for this series, and they've done a pretty decent job. Overall, really impressed with the Stiga Airoc Astro rubbers. I have to admit that, you know, when I first got sent them by Thornton's, I was a little bit sceptical because I've used the Stiga Calibra rubbers in the past and really just did not like them at all. So I was hoping that I wasn't going to have to do a video where I basically just slate them and say, oh, I hated them, they were rubbish. Fortunately, I didn't have to. These are really great rubbers, very similar to Tenergy. As I said, I had a kind of a bit of an issue with pushing and touching and backspin serves, things like that. I'm not really sure why that was happening. I assume that with a bit more practice I'll just get used to it. I'm going to keep these rubbers on my bat, I think, and just keep trying them out over the next few weeks so that I can get used to them a little bit more. But when it comes to letting the ball drop and come to you, taking your time and then going for like a really big loop on the forehand and the backhand, I just found that these rubbers were really great, especially the soft one. I would actually, if I was going to buy these myself, I would probably just go for the soft version on both sides, which I never thought I would say before trying them out, because I've always preferred kind of the medium hard type Tenergy 05 style rubbers. So yeah, really impressed with these. I'm actually looking forward to going and playing with them again, and yeah, just having a bit of fun with those kind of loops where you let the ball drop and you're able to get it up and down, and it just feels nice. If you are a Tenergy player, definitely worth trying these out. Yeah, I'll be doing more reviews coming up soon. Leave your comments and thoughts if you've tried these rubbers out yourself underneath the video, or leave a comment on the blog post, because I'd love to hear your thoughts if you do play with these rubbers, or if you play with the original Airoc rubbers, because I haven't actually tried those out. So it'd be interesting to know what the difference is between the Airoc ones and these new Airoc Astro rubbers. Thanks for watching the video, and experttabletennis.com is the place to go to check out all of my equipment reviews and all the coaching and advice and other stuff that I put up on there. I'll see you in the next video.